and welcome back to My Cupcake Addiction. Today's recipe is going to be for Nutella Fudge Cupcakes. Nutella plus fudge plus cupcakes, what's not to love? You guys have been asking me for some small batch recipes, so today's recipe makes 6 cupcakes, but of course you can double it, triple it, quadruple it, whatever you like. Let's get started. Our key ingredient today is of course Nutella. I've also got a little bit of self-raising flour. If you're using plain or all-purpose, you'll need baking powder as well. And I've got some of our perfectly pipeable buttercream frosting. As always, links to the frosting recipe and the full recipe and quantities can be found in the description box below. You'll need a couple of Ziploc bags, and I'm also using a disposable piping bag. I've got some chocolate, it doesn't matter if it's compound or couverture, any chocolate's fine. And I've also got some whipping cream. You're going to need some superfine or caster sugar, a little bit of olive oil, some unsweetened cocoa, some softened butter, and I've got here just a little bit of water. This small recipe needs just 1 egg. For decorating, I'm using a small round open piping tip, some ice cream wafers, some crushed nuts of any variety, some sprinkles, and I've also got some little cherries with stems. For my tools today, I'm going to be using an electric mixer, either a whisk or paddle attachment's totally fine here. I've also got an ice cream scoop, which is a bit optional, and of course I've got a cupcake tray lined with just 6 cupcake wrappers. This recipe is great because it's literally a dump and stir recipe, so in goes your flour and baking powder if you're using it. Pop in your sugar, literally all of your ingredients in no particular order here. So my oil, my water, my cocoa, my egg, a nice generous tablespoon of Nutella here, and then the butter. You want to pop that mixer down and you want to start it on a low speed just for the first 20 seconds or so to incorporate the mixture. And then you want to turn it up to high and you want to let it mix for about a minute on high speed. What you're looking for is the mixture to lighten in colour, and it should be quite thick and fluffy, almost like a chocolate mousse. Fill your cupcake liners to about 2/3 of the way full using that ice cream scoop or a spoon, and then you want to pop those off into a moderate oven. I'll leave temperature details below for about 14 minutes or until they spring back when lightly touched in the middle. While those ones are off cooking, you're going to make a very small amount of ganache. So take your chocolate, pour your cream over the top and pop it in the microwave for 30-second intervals, stirring really well in between. This only took me 1 minute, so 2 lots of 30 seconds to get a really nice, smooth chocolate fudge. You can pop that straight into a Ziploc bag and seal it up. That's going to stop it from forming a crust, and it's going to get it ready for decorating our cupcakes. Separate your small batch of buttercream into 2 separate bowls, and in one of those bowls you want to take a really nice big chunky scoop of Nutella. Put that into your buttercream frosting and just vigorously mix it through until it's well combined. You want to snip the tip off the end of your disposable piping bag, pop in your round open piping tip, and I'm just going to pre-fill that with my white buttercream frosting. Start with your white here and then you can wash it out and use it for the Nutella frosting. If you've got a couple like I have, fill 1 bag with each, just for time, speed and ease. Grab a Ziploc bag and stick a couple of nice big tablespoons of Nutella in, and then you can seal it up and snip a generous corner off the end of your Ziploc bag. Now you need to core out your cupcakes. Some people have a cupcake corer, but I find it just as easy to use a knife. Kind of go in on an angle and you really just want to take out the little centerpiece of your cupcakes. Using your Ziploc bag, you want to really generously fill that center section with straight Nutella so you get that really nice fudgy Nutella-y center. And then using your white frosting, come around the outside so you're almost like trapping that Nutella in there so that it doesn't ooze up over the frosting. You just want to do a really nice low swirl, so don't put too much frosting because we've still got the Nutella frosting to go. Once you've swirled that white onto all of your cupcakes, I took my sprinkles here and I just sort of got the sprinkles and sprinkled them all around the outside edges. This is going to make them look like a traditional ice cream sundae kind of a look. Out comes your Nutella frosting, and I'm going to pop another sort of a tighter, higher swirl of that chocolate on top. And don't worry if this looks a little suspect to begin with. Once you put all those decorations on, they look amazing. Take your wafers and cut them on a diagonal so that you've got sort of 2 long triangles out of each rectangle wafer. And then snip a bit of a dainty little corner off the corner of your chocolate ganache bag. So now you want to just drizzle this over the top, and you can see I sort of come down almost like I want the fudge to fall. So coming down in 4 or 5 little points down that chocolate Nutella frosting. And straight away you want to get your little nuts here and sprinkle them on so they stick to that ganache while it's still really nice and wet. Finally, on goes one of your cherries. Slide one of your wafer biscuits into the bag, and there you've got your decadent, delicious Nutella Fudge Sundae cupcakes. I absolutely love these guys. They're over the top. They contain some of my favorite ingredients in the world, and they're really quite easy to put together. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's small batch cupcake recipe. If you know someone who'd love Nutella cupcakes, make sure you share this recipe with them. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. And as always, thanks very much for watching My Cupcake Addiction.